I used to think that the greatest irony of Fight Club was that the central idea of the story was about finding your own meaning and purpose in life and learning to care about others, but that the story had lent itself to be mostly regurgitated by people who were only interested in nihilism and self-indulgence. As it turns out, the greatest irony of Fight Club might have been lost on me entirely, because by impressing my ideals and asserting them onto Fight Club and constructing what I believe to be the definitive purpose for its narrative, actually might have defeated its purpose entirely. To even say that Fight Club has a definitive meaning is in itself paradoxical. Fight Club does not exist to be understood, it exists to make us question it. Fight Club is full of inconsistency and self-contradiction. Tyler Durden expounds on Buddhist philosophy about destroying the self and letting go of possession and false idols, and yet he is the embodiment of all of these things. He's got cool hair, pompous clothes, and is portrayed by one of the hottest men in Hollywood at the peak of his youthful physique.
We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't.
Obviously, this irony is not entirely present in the novel of which Fight Club is based on, but it is not lost on the film either. It is reveling in it. It is purposeful. The main character of Fight Club finds himself in a place that all humans will find themselves in at some point in their lives, most likely in their mid-20s. The point that you realize that one day, ominously soon, you will be dead, and that your life may mean nothing of greater consequence to the world. The point where you realize that your worldview was constructed for you and that it is unfulfilling. This is the entire reason Brad Pitt took the role as Tyler Durden. He was the hottest man in Hollywood at the time, and yet he still felt hollow. This void that is created by the realization that you aren't satisfied by the answers you thought you had leaves you questioning everything, seeking to fill that void with new answers, to forge yourself a new, more distinct identity, to metaphorically kill God and find your own purpose. The funny thing about that is that sometimes when we seek to fill that void, we are really only giving ourselves to someone else's ideals, idolizing someone who we feel embodies the point of understanding we seek to achieve. For the main character of Fight Club, and for people who watched the film who were occupying the same headspace as that character, this was Tyler Durden. Self-confident, defiant, assertive, articulate, uninhibited, the embodiment of complete self-actualization. But even Tyler Durden was a fabrication. He gained a following on the promise of freedom and enlightenment, but led people to servitude, replacing any of their thoughts or created meaning with his version of the truth. The same way that you came to this video seeking answers about the true meaning of Fight Club, but instead what you're getting is an assertion on my definition of its truth, which is, in a sense, a regurgitation of things others on the platform have already discussed in great detail. I'm just a guy talking into a microphone on his YouTube channel, a YouTube channel that I created in my search for purpose, in the hopes that somehow extensively talking about movies and having lots of people listen to me will make my consciousness transcend death. I am Jack's fear of complete existential erasure. But maybe that's the whole point. They say they don't teach you how to solve math formulas in school to find the answer, but instead to teach you to think. Not to find a reason, but to use reasoning. And I feel the same can be said for Fight Club. It doesn't have an answer or a meaning. It only challenges you to question.